Let's get more now with Brazilian football journalist Fernando Kallás, a writer and broadcaster with more than 2 decades experience covering the country's Seleção. He used to live in Rio, but is now in Madrid.
It's the joy of relief because the Copa América to Brazilian fans, they only really care about the World Cup. So Copa América is more for the team and for the coach, it's more like a burden than a challenge. They have to win it. So if they lose it, there is a crisis. But if they win, they did his job. Okay, let's look forward. So for the players and for the coach, it's a big achievement because they can breathe a little bit and think about the future, because now Tite is his job to be lost, because the Brazilian Federation, they already said that he's going to be in the next World Cup. But he has a team full of veterans. You see, there is Daniel Alves, there is Thiago Silva, Miranda, Felipe Luis. These players, they won't be in the World Cup. So he has to look forward and try to renew his team right now.
Do you think that means that this is a bit of a one-off victory rather than a sign Brazil can go on to dominate at that next World Cup?
Brazil never won a World Cup when he got there as a favorite. You always like to be a little bit of underdog. Brazil will never be an underdog. He'll always be a force because we are the biggest team in the world in soccer. But every time there is doubt, Brazil is the most dangerous. So I think it's going to be the case in Qatar, because we see Neymar is struggling with his health and struggling in the field. His move to PSG was not good for him, for his career, and he's trying to go back to Barcelona. Tite is being questioned because his pragmatic way of running the team. That is not a team that, enchanted the world. It's not Jogo Bonito. It's more like an European Brazil that we are seeing right now.
I don't suppose there's any chance they won't bring Neymar back into the team because they've won without him.
Yeah, there is a lot of people asking that in Brazil, but it's the heat of the moment. The upside with Neymar is greater than any player in the world. Of course, he's struggling with his health. He's struggling inside the field, but his upside is top player in the world. So Neymar has to be the heart and soul of this team looking forward. He still is 27 years old, so he's going to be in his prime going into the World Cup in Qatar. So he has to be the heart and soul. He has to be the biggest player in Brazil. And Tite has no choice. He has to bet all his chips on Neymar.
Fernando Kallás speaking to us a little bit earlier.